guys, and welcome back to another episode of From the Shadows. You might notice that we're not using a face cam today. Well, we are, but just not for this bit, because otherwise my face cam would be covering stuff, and I just didn't see the point in having it for this bit because we don't really need it. If you are enjoying the series, please do drop a like on the video. That would be fantastic. If we could get it to 150, that would be even more better. We're going to do a question of the day, but not till after we've done the highlights and stuff. So let's just jump straight into the Europa League draw, basically, guys, because this is quite important for us. We could do with a really plum draw here. That way we could at least get ourselves through to the next round. So that's Fenerbahce and Atletico out. Dinamo Kiev, perhaps. That'd be an interesting one. Feyenoord, okay. Who else? Espanyol, that's an interesting one. Perhaps. No, Dnipro. Would have liked them too. Rayo Vallecano against Club Bruges, okay. I'll let you know a little secret. We have won our group, by the way. Anderlecht against Man City. Man City are in his shit. Okay. Bursaspor against Heerenveen, okay. Benfica, that would be tough. Please not Benfica. Olympique Marseille, okay, good stuff. Porto, well, we can't play Porto. Burnley, okay, good stuff for Burnley. Leverkusen, that would be pretty tough as well, actually. Nantes, okay. Trabzonspor, okay, that might be a winnable one. Against Chelsea, Christ on a bike. Celtic, oh, I don't know. Against Olympique Lyonnais, there's a lot of French teams in this still. Hoffenheim will play against Paris. We're playing Hoffenheim. That could be quite tough, actually. And then we've got Besiktas against Zenit St. Petersburg. We've got Sporting against Roma. Wow, that's a tough tie. Galatasaray will play against Sampdoria. And finally, Basel and Stade Rennais. Is there like 5 French teams in the Europa League now? It looks like it. Because there's Lyon, Nantes, us, Stade Rennais, and I swear I saw another one as well, but it may just be eluding my gaze at this moment. Oh, no, it's only 4, I think. Okay, we should be okay. I know Marseille as well. Yeah, Marseille. I don't know. I really don't know, guys. But there we go. We're going to be playing Hoffenheim in the Europa League first knockout round. That's going to be a tough couple of games, but we'll do our best with it. So, guys, I will join you in a sec and enjoy some highlights of what's been going on this month, and I will join you for the game against Paris Saint-Germain. Mercier to take the corner. Lots of injuries for Paris today. Uchan flicked on back of the net. Cherry with the goal. Paris won. Lille nil. 27 goals this season for Alberto Cherry. Goes short to Mercier, building up the play nicely. To Gape on the edge. To Luis inside. Cleared. Luis with the strike. Park J1 on the rebound, and it is 2-0 to Paris. Park J1 with only his 3rd of the season. 2-0. Now it finds its way to the centre there for Gape. Cherry, is he in on goal? Not really, but he finds Luis, who is on goal, and that is 3-0 to Paris. Paris 3, Lille nil, Luis with the goal. Cherry steps up to take it, and it is 4-0. 2 goals for Alberto Cherry on the night. 4-0 to Paris FC. Venjovic, ball in, and Vertonghen's in there, and that, I believe, is 4-1. There we have it, 4-1 Paris. Really strong display. Oh, lots of space out wide. Sissako, get back, guys. Söderqvist with the header, and it's 1-0 to Lorient. Mans Söderqvist with the goal. Wide, he has to look out wide. He does. Ruiz now needs to bomb into the box. Ruiz, ball across. Cherry's in there, and it's 1-1. Lorient 1, Paris 1. Alberto Cherry with the goal. Back to Luis. They keep changing places here. Back to Ruiz. Mbar now in the box. Into Luis. Amazing stuff. And back to Mbar. Now he's scored. Lorient 1, Paris 2. Abraham Mbar. Massive goal for our season. Whips it in. Park J1 with the flick on. Oh, what a goal that is. Lorient 1, Paris 3, Park J1 the substitute. Brilliant. We've turned this game around. You have it. Lorient 1, Paris 3. Great stuff. Luis out to Pereira. Loses the ball through for Yari. There we go. 1-0 to Paris FC. Returning side. Mahmoud Yari with the goal. Massive moment for us. Huge goal. Nantes concede the penalty and go down to 10 men, and Joachim Bulens converts the penalty. Paris 2, Nantes 0. There we have it, guys. A dominating win in the end. Paris 2, Nantes 0. There we go. 0-0. Mold 0, Paris 0, but we are through as group winners. We're having an okay time of it so far, but we need a bit more penetration. Cherry's through, smashes that in the top corner. Paris 1, Stade Rennais 0. 30th of the season for Alberto Cherry. Bulens now, ball in. Sadibi flick down, Park J1, back of the net. Paris 2, Stade Rennais 0. Cherry steps up, and it's 3-0 in the cup. We're heading through to the next round of the League Cup. Paris 3, Stade Rennais 0. Alberto Cherry again. There we go, Paris 3, Stade Rennais 0. Through to the next round. Oh, Luis is in here. He does score. Bordeaux 0, Paris 1, and we've scored again. We are really rocketing up this league at the moment with some really good form. Don't let them equalise. We've done so well. Make a tackle. Albertengo, Perez, Siegrist. He's not going to be able to score from that. Oh, wow. And there's the equaliser for Bordeaux. Disappointing, guys. We've let them back into this game, and we shouldn't have. Been good enough to win this, really, and we shouldn't have let them back in. Lovely ball to Mbar. He's in the box. Can he find a ball across? He can. Cherry puts it in the back of the net. It's 2-1 to Paris. 32nd goal of the season for Alberto Cherry. There we go. Bordeaux 1, Paris 2, massive win. Right guys, we are back, and I made a little boo-boo. I'm just going to put that out there. Basically, I forgot that when you do the Europa League draw for the next round, they actually draw both, and I didn't realise that you had to go to a separate menu to do that. So if we beat Hoffenheim, which I'm still a bit on the fence about, we will play either Anderlecht or Manchester City, so it doesn't bode well for us, but we're still going to give it a good old crack, the good old college try. Anyway, we're going to do a question of the day, and people have been bugging me, well not bugging me, but asking this question quite a bit. I was going to put it in the girlfriend versus football trivia thing, however, I accidentally deleted the footage for that, and I might have to reshoot that, and I can't do that at the moment, so that could be taking a long time to do. But basically, they wanted to know about the tattoos. I got these years ago, I mean, when I was like in my teens, basically, but there's one on my arm here, which is essentially like a musical stave type of thing. Those eagle-eyed among you will notice that it's got, I don't know if you can actually see it in the camera, you should be able to, that it's got like one extra line because my tattoo artist is a moron and I was too busy drinking a cup of tea to actually notice that he'd drawn an extra line on it. So yeah, it's wrong. So there you go. I also have on my arms here, I don't know if you can actually, no you can't, can basically, there's one on my left arm that's got some Latin stuff, and there's one on my right arm that's got some Japanese stuff, because I'm a massive douchebag. So there we go, basically. There's your question of the day. If you've got any ideas for your question of the day, if any of you guys got any tattoos, what have you got? Let me know in the comments. If you have any ideas, of course, for a question of the day, do drop those in the comments too, with the hashtag QOTD. So, as you can see, we've had a bloody brilliant month. Winning games that I didn't expect, particularly the one against Bordeaux. No massive errors from Sigurds. There was a few errors, but for the most part, we were pretty solid on that. Now, you might notice in that last game, I don't know if you actually saw it in any of the highlights, basically, but Bordeaux, when we were playing Bordeaux, PSG thumped, God, who was it? I think it was Nancy, 9-0. And they were 9-0 up after like 52 minutes. It was absurd. And finally, there was one other thing I was going to talk about, and I can't actually remember what it was. So that's fun. So anyway, moving along, we're going to just take a little look at the squad. And of course, now we've got injuries at the moment. Now, Sebastian Wagner is out for 3 to 4 months. Now, initially it didn't show up, but then it did. And that's him basically, well, not quite done for the rest of the year, but he's certainly going to be laid up for quite some time. Cherry now has 32 goals in 22 appearances. This is his crack season. It really, really is. I'm enjoying his work tremendously this year. And yeah, we'll be keen to get him on a new contract sometime soon, I feel, because actually, how long has his contract got to go? Yeah, exactly. We'll need to get him on a new deal soon. It's going to cost us a bit of money, but I feel like it's definitely worth it when you look at what he's doing for us at the moment. Luis is our number 2 scorer as well with 7. Bargugi has 6 and a decent amount of assists as well. Aslan, of course, is still out injured, unfortunately. As for assists, Bargugi and Ruiz and Gape with 6 apiece, so spreading that love nicely. 11 man of the match awards for Cherry already. Average rating, he's dominating that. Key passes, it's all about Luis, actually. 71 key passes so far, very nice to see. Key tackles, Sidibe's done well. A couple of new players, you might have seen their names, have joined the club. So firstly, Mahmoud Ayari's come back from loan spell, and I don't know if he actually, I think he might have been, yeah, he scored the wonderful winner against, yeah, it was the winner, I think, against Nancy, in fact. And there was another player as well. I swear I just did Mahmoud Ayari. There was another, oh, there we go. Lami Amara is a centre-back, and frankly, with the way we've had with injuries this month, we've needed his services, let's say. As for value-wise, I mean, look at that. 21.5 million. There you go. Paris is going delightfully, guys. Yeah, let's just jump straight into things. Why the hell not? Is there anything? Oh, yeah, I'll show you the league table, of course. We are through to the next round of the French Cup, and we'll be playing against Racing Club de Lens in that after beating Stade Rennais. Now, look at this. We're 2 points above the teams below us, and we have a game in hand on them, which means, admittedly, today's game in hand is against Paris Saint-Germain. So, the point is, we're still in the top 3, and we're in the Champions League places, and really looking very solid. 21 goals for Alberto Cherry. Best average rating in the lead, most man of the match awards. I don't know what more you need from the guy. He's been so good. PSG is starting to take the piss a little bit now by winning games 9-0. But yeah, basically, what can we do, basically? What can we do? All we can do is try to just keep up the best way we can and try and sneak into that 3rd spot, I think, is where we're going to be aiming to finish this year. And if we can do that, then Champions League football next year, guys, and that should be fun. You never know. We'll have a crack at the Europa League this year, but I think that Anderlecht Manchester City tie is what's going to probably trip us up on that one, unfortunately. Could have been better, really, couldn't it? Let's take a little look at the transfers. And, oh, we've got some transfer offers. That's a new one, or is it expired? I don't know, I'll have to deal with those in a sec. But anyway, we're going to look at loans, just so you guys can see how our loanees are doing. Still Mohamed Ali Bakamatar is doing the best out on loan. However, Sendy Rivera, now that he's back again, is actually creeping up into the 7s, which is nice. Anyone else who's doing particularly poor? Oh, Impact's not really playing. I do need to have a word with their manager, because I did say first team football. So some of these guys might end up playing for us next year, frankly, because if you look at the assistance reports on these guys, some of them have got a bit of ability that I want to try and utilise, and there's a lot of potential in this in these ranks, shall we say. So let's jump into today's game against PSG. Now, I've been, again, tinkering with stuff. Like, the thing that made the difference for me against Nancy was I changed the tempo. I pushed the tempo up when we got Cherry, Park Jawan, Uchan, Luis, Gape, Mercier, Mbar, Phillips, Sidibe, Ruiz. Mbar's been genuinely brilliant this month. He really, really has. But yeah, so I changed the tempo because we had a lot of possession and we just weren't breaking through. So basically I just pushed the tempo up a little bit and that seemed to make all the difference. I'm just going to turn the replays back on for you guys so we can see those. But yeah, so it made a huge difference. Obviously we are massive underdogs. So Correa, Depay, Ocampos, Romero, Kovacic, Sanogo, Digne, Vallejo, Marquinhos and Sirigu. So their team still hasn't changed that much, but they still did spend 85 million in the summer. So still a fair whack more than we did, but we're going to give it a good shot. You know, we've beaten them once now, and I have every faith that eventually we will be able to do it on a more regular basis, but I don't think it's going to be just yet. Let's jump straight in. Best trying to just keep the score down. Of course, the injuries have not helped us in any way. I wish we'd had more of our full quota of players back, but what can you do, really? What can you do? Well, they've started strongly, haven't they? But we've got a bit of possession so far, which is, I guess, something to talk about. I won't be doing the high-tempo stuff against Paris, because they against PSG, rather, because they will just annihilate us if we try that. I guess it's a case of basically us trying to keep them out for as long as physically possible. That seems to be what we've done in the past. I might make a few changes because we've played against these systems relatively well so far. A few of our wins this month have come against the teams playing this system, so it does look... Oh, here we go. Mbar. Could we get our first chance of the game, or will they just nick it off us and counter? Luis, there's a few players in front. Cherry's through on goal here. Good save from Sirigu, and the first big chance of the game goes to Paris. Well done, lads. That's better. Biding our time and then pouncing. I might switch it to counter, though. Oh, God. Correa's through here. We're going to get countered on ourselves, aren't we? Two players, though, and Ruiz makes an absolutely superb tackle, considering he was on a booking there as well. Well played to him. So we're going to get to half-time at 0-0. Apologies for the boredom of that game. That was a pretty poor first half, to be honest. Right. It's annoying having no fill-in left-back now that Wagner's out injured, because Mbar is just playing constantly. I'm going to switch it to counter for this second half, because they're going to just up the tempo, and I might just turn off short passing so we've got an outlet a bit more. As for everything else, I'm pretty content with that, actually. Yeah, since I've been doing these doing the highlights thing, I've been a bit more, I don't know what the word is, like, I've been making a lot more changes during the games than I would normally do, because usually what I would do is I'd be sort of just sitting there, I'd be doing other things at the same time, but now when when you have to commentate, oh no. Whew. That's a load off my mind. That could have been very, very bad. We've only had the one shot today. There is that. I'm not really sure. I'll tell them to concentrate anyway, although they have got 100% on that, but it might help them defensively as well, if we can get that. To be fair, going this long in this game without conceding a goal, I'm surprised about. We've not given them a clear-cut opportunity, oh, we're about to, though. Digne, win that, Depay's header, and cleared away. Once again, we've survived. We're going to get to nearly an hour against PSG without conceding. I don't even think we did that in the game we won. Oh, that's poor. Ruiz really should have done better with that, considering we've got them licensed to play long balls now. Romero, Phillips with the big header there, Ryan Phillips, the Englishman. Digne. Oh, dear. Looking good, guys. Sanogo. Then again, 67 minutes. If we were to earn a 0-0 draw here, we're not going to, though. Well, Campos is going to smash this in the top. Oh, what about that? Digne pulls it back to Depay, cleared away. Oh, what about that? And somehow we survive and we live another day. Right, changes. Who's not playing well for us? Luis is not having the best game today, to be fair to him. So we're going to get on the man Bargugi to play as one of those guys. Who else have we got that's not? Cherry isn't doing that well. However, our options off the bench are severely limited, so we won't be replacing him, although Ayari is a potential. In fact, I'm going to bring on Bulens as well for Dominic Gape, because Bulens just... I'm loving Joachim Bulens' work lately. I feel like if we lose this 1-0, it wouldn't be such a bad result when you consider that they've just come off the back of a 9-0 whacking of someone. So that would be us getting away with it a little bit. But I'd always... Oh, Christ. If it gets to the last 10 minutes, I might just shut up shop entirely and try to nick a 0-0. Oh, Romero. Good God. Great goal from Lucas Romero. PSG 1, Paris 0. Do we go for it? Do we just have a good old crack at it? Try to just completely catch them, go short on sight, just see if we can nick a long-range winner, not a long-range winner, a long-range equaliser or something. I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of, because losing 2-0 and losing 1-0 don't make too much of a difference. They're not going to have time to smash in 5 or 6 against us, so I'm confident that going, well, not confident, but I'm feeling better about the idea of going attacking like that for the next sort of 15 minutes. It looked like it was just a good looping header. Ball in from Marquinhos, good header from Romero. I mean, Tigris ain't getting anywhere near that, guys. Not his fault. Oh, God. Instant. Another one here. Depay in for Correa. He's through on goal. Good save from Siegrist again. And Phillips has cleared it. Good stuff. Right. We're surviving a bit more, but they are putting the pressure on. And that's understandable, what with us being on overload, essentially. Not sure how much difference that will make. In fact, it looks like it's going to make no difference. Bar with the throw in, and there it is. PSG 1, Paris 0. Not embarrassing, but not quite what I wanted, really. We can't fault... No, we actually can't fault them. They did have a good good try at that one, to be fair. And Mbar, once again, a player of the match. He's picked up a few of these lately. He got man of the match in the Mould game as well, despite the boring 0-0 draw. So there we go. A defeat, but nonetheless, we're still in the top 3, and that's where we need to be. So, next episode, I don't think it's going to be Hoffenheim just yet, because that is actually further away than I'd imagined. And of course, we do have a slight break, I believe. So let's take a little gander at what we've got coming up. So Hoffenheim isn't until here. So I'm thinking perhaps... That's not probably... Ooh... One of these games. I'm not sure quite what. It depends on how I feel on the day and how much stuff I've got to do that day. But yeah. So guys, if you like what you're seeing, please do drop a like on the video. That would mean the world to me. And if you liked it even more than that and you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel for more Outcast icons and From the Shadows in your inbox every single day at 7 o'clock. And I will see you guys in the next episode for either a game against Nice or against Monaco. I haven't decided yet. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.